suspended. I think it's like.
People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time, regardless of the result, regardless of how it happens. I'm very proud to say, you know, I love the community here, whether you support Arsenal or not. You lot keep a guy going or away from Arsenal. You know, you lot have made me genuinely believe, you know, you can do whatever you want in life. And I'm sorry to you lot that you lot don't get the best of me, because obviously I wouldn't say I'm down about the result as much as you can say 5-0. It's just, for me, what annoys me more, and this is more my therapy. Please hit the like button and make sure you're at my Liverpool versus Chelsea watch along after this. What kills me is the fact that this is going to happen again. It might not be 5-0, but this is happening again and again and again and again. And I don't see those above actively trying to stop it. The manager doesn't know how to do it. The players can't arrest it among themselves. We've been here before. We'll be here again. And it's you're choosing to do this. I'm not saying players are choosing to lose 5-0, but mistakes made more than once are choices. It's too nice. This club is ruthless in the wrong aspects and too nice when they don't need to be. I'm looking at the level of playing staff. It seems like we're just happy to be a nice, cozy company to work for, you know, or you wouldn't look at Chambers. You wouldn't look at Xhaka. You wouldn't look at, and I'm just throwing names out there, Kolasinac. A lot of these people would not play against the Premier League champions, but because of injuries, how we're looking at the club, we're relying on these players. And for me, with under a week to go, what the window's closed on Tuesday, what's going on? You've betted on Xhaka. He's got sent off, and I don't think he was the worst player prior to that, but you've betted on Xhaka, made in the captain. What does this say about this football club? You've also, on that topic, by the same token, you know, Cedric is alienated and now he's thrown in, and you're saying you've got different right backs for different occasions and scenarios. It doesn't appear that any of them are cut up to task. Not a single defender really looks good within this team. And also on that, you know, the structured unit, you know, we've got a manager who, yeah, there was injuries, keeps changing things. And you have a lot of people would say, yeah, there's no Gabriel, there's no Partey, there's no this and that. Some of these people have been here when we've had these terrible performances. And can you see enough from Arteta for a man that's been here touching 2 years to say that, you know, this is good enough? It's not. And as much as it's on Arteta, it's on Edu as well. This is your legacy. If Arteta is getting players that he doesn't want, then he needs to make a meal of it. There's whether Arteta brought... I know a lot of people sit here and say, oh, it's a Wenger. A lot of these players are Wenger players. Yeah. But who is in this team because Arteta doesn't want them? He didn't want Ozil. He didn't want Socrates. He wanted to give Mustafi a new deal, but it didn't happen. He wanted Willian, who wasn't involved. He wanted Chambers. He wanted Holding. He wanted Marie. You know, he wanted to keep Leno. He wanted to give Xhaka a new. Xhaka's not going to get a new deal if the manager's not going to use him. You know, these are his decisions. And for me, every decision, the 25-man squad, you have amazing players and less players in general, but you have to have faith that when the time comes, all of them can be counted on. And certain players let you down today. Certain players let you down against Chelsea. Certain people cut you Brentford. A lot of mediocre players that this club is doing unnecessary favours for. And I don't get the vibe that this man is really under pressure. Now it's going to get ugly. You're going to see real internal or external pressure. Internally, I don't know. Because they probably conceded we'd probably lose these games. Not in this fashion, but we'd lose these games. So I'm not too sure he'll get any problems. And Arsenal fans and the club, I don't know why we're assuming that we're going to go on this mad run of form. I'd love it to happen, but you can't, bro. Don't look at Norwich like some duds. Do not look at Brighton like that's easy 3 points. You can never say that about Spurs or Palace or Brighton, any of these teams. The way we're playing, we're lunch meat. Everyone fancies an easy 3 points. They're vexed. If we're at the point now, if we beat teams or draw, people are vexed that they did that. It's disgraceful. And a lot of these players, I don't think they've got a conscience, or your conscience will keep you up at night. You lot would feel shame. I say it every week. You know, these players don't play for themselves. How can they play for the club or the manager? The manager is built. He doesn't. It's too big of a task. It's too big of a task. Maybe when the club is in a healthier light and there's less things to do, he doesn't help himself. He overcomplicates things. He focuses on unnecessary details and then doesn't maximize. And for me, regardless, he's doing wrong things. Because you against City, if you lose the ball, you have to regroup quickly. You can't get left to the scale we was getting left on the transition. You can't. How at least two of those goals, the two headers, were not picking. You know, Gundogan and Ferran Torres. People are not organizing. The first one, you've got Cedric, Holding, Chambers, and Odegaard. No one's organizing. You know. It's ridiculous. We're not following men. We're not stopping crosses. We're defeating ourselves way before you can talk about City. There's no pride in the performance. Mentally, a lot of these players are not cut up to task. They're not built for what needs to happen and what we're trying to happen at this club. It can't happen. And a manager, it's a reflection on the gaffer. If you don't believe in any of these players, why are you playing them? Because it's going to cost you a job. Literally, it's going to cost you a job. It's not making sense. And I don't have faith that this guy's going to get us out of it. It's appalling. It's a mockery. Again, Arteta should be sacked. He should be sacked for, people have been sacked for less. You know, people have been sacked for less. Arteta should count him. You know, I don't get the vibe of a man, you know, that knows he was lucky to not really get the clip in November. How can a man survive November? How can a man be in his second year and we're still asking what's his best team? Are these Arteta players? Who does he like? We're affording luxuries and reinforcing an ego to someone who doesn't deserve it. He doesn't. He doesn't. And if you don't want any of these players, you need to tell Edu. For Edu, for me personally, every signing made is a reflection on you. So when you're bringing in Willian, Cedric, Xhaka, new deal, bringing in certain players, you have, if the manager's asking for it, fair enough, but you have to put your foot down because we're looking at the technical director. I don't believe in the technical director. I don't believe in what I'm seeing from the manager. I don't believe in who owns this football club. And I don't believe in Vinay and Lewis and all of these guys around it. Sell the club if you lot are not serious, because you lot are bro, you were 8th, we're 9th. We finished 8th last year. We're bottom now. No goals, no clean sheets, you know, -9. It's appalling. This is sackable offences. And away from all of that, even if things stood the same, it's about the manner in which these things are happening. You know, with respect to the scoreline and us playing City, I'm sure if we go through all my live watch-alongs and things, we'll find a common theme. You know, all of my things are probably sounding the exact same. The same things. I'm saying the same things over and over again. And individuals don't want to take heed. You know, again, you've got two novices. Something has to change. You either need to get Arteta out and bring in an experienced manager to work with the technical director, which is what I think they will do because the club's doubled down on Arteta, and at least he's won an FA Cup in their eyes. Edu hasn't done anything of significant. I think they'll clip Edu and then bet on Arteta because they've given him, you know, there's even Arteta, we need to probably they need to look at giving him a new deal or getting rid of him because isn't his contract running out? But they've doubled down on him. It just seems like the technical director is more disposable. And like I said, to be where we're at, to have the preseason we had, to have the lack of incomings and outgoings, and be with the window closing on Tuesday and what we're seeing, and still the amount of question marks among the squad, Edu and Arteta have made a mess. You knew from probably November, December, even if you didn't already, even from last summer, we knew what we needed to do. You knew you needed an 8. You knew you needed a right back. You knew Leno acts up all the time. You know, even with Xhaka staying, you can't bet on that. Both of you are midfielders. So in the last year, what was we doing? If I wanted to say, all right, cool, forget that. What was you lot doing from November to the end of the season where it became apparent we needed to recruit? What's going on? You made a song and dance about pre-season. I haven't seen it. This is the same manager I saw propaganda pieces. He sleeps with tactical diagrams, in his room, double sessions. Players are getting homework. He's giving them a bunch of nonsense then. He's probably copy and pasting shit off the internet and giving it to them and they've clocked it. He has to have lost faith in some of these players if they had any already. And the players are duds in themselves. They can't hide behind the manager. You lot are cowards as well. But you're losing faith because we're losing results. Nobody's excelling on an individual front. We're getting hammered. If I'm a fullback, I'm asking what the hell is the gaffer doing with these centre halves? If I'm a centre half, I'm questioning the fullbacks. If I'm a goalie, I'm questioning everything. If I'm everyone, I'm questioning Leno. I'm questioning the strikers. I'm questioning the playmakers. Everyone should be questioning what you're doing, you know, at the whole club. And the problem is now, if you carry on like this, I know they've signed new deals recently, but the Sackers, the Smith Rowes, you know, not in current form, but the Tierney's, these guys are going to have a serious look and say, cool, you know what, I might love the club, I got admiration, but I don't want to be here. I can't realize my sporting ambitions at this football club, and that's the territory we're going in. So Edu, Arteta, Kroenke, they all need to go, people. It goes without saying. You know, you've lied to fans. Things have gone wrong. You know, I'm looking at the signings. I don't see anything. Again, there's still obvious problems with the spine of the team, and it seems like Arteta still bets on them. So these are your decisions. You know, you're not making the right decisions for the club. I don't get because again, the way we are, we can't afford to carry any passengers within this squad. It's me or you. So when you're playing and doing these sort of things, I don't get it. You're taking off our captain when we're chasing the game just to be cynical. You're not bringing on Lokonga. You know, again, I don't think Kolasinac was even the worst individual on the pitch, but you're leaving him out to dry. You're bringing him in when what's going on with him. 1 minute you freeze out Cedric, then you freeze him in. You know, Bellerin's, I don't know what's going on with him, but if he stays, it won't surprise me. I don't know what the hell is going on with Maitland-Niles. You know, I don't know what's going on, and I don't see, you know, I don't see the justification for you. I don't see the single collective or individual plans. Even playing out from the back is shaky. You know, you're playing with you want to play out from the back with centre halves that are only good when they're not pressed. When they're pressed, they're scared. Leno's going long. We're going to lose that battle every day of the week. It's the same things that happen week in and week out. And it's getting tiring now. It's getting tiresome, really and truly. You know, there's terrible collective management. The man management is appalling. The people above are terrible. It's absolutely appalling, man. Like he doesn't read the game. I don't think we even reacted to going a man down properly. Like it's just a shambles. It's just pain. Like Mac said at the beginning. Like it's just a mockery, man. Like it's just none of you deserve to be. You don't deserve to be the manager. Half of these players don't deserve to be playing here. You know, the technical director. It just seems like a free ride, man. And it's jarring now. And why I'm starting to get annoyed is because things are not going to change. Like things are still going to be here. It's not going to. That it's not making sense, people. For me, it's absolutely appalling, man. And I'm tired of the chattings. I'm really tired of the chattings. There was so much, you know. Again, a lot of you sat there and said it's pre-season. It weren't that I was saying it's only pre-season. It's like what we didn't see any building blocks, so you can't be surprised that we've had a shambles because it's terrible. You know, it's terrible. They're killing my love for the not for the football, for the club. They're making me really, really envy you lot negatively. And we are showing consistency in negative sense. And like Colin said, we're being groundbreaking and getting negative